I might be starting this video off with the hottest video game take of all time. And please feel free to try and enlighten me in the comments. But for about the 5th time in my life, I am attempting to play Red Dead Redemption 2. And I'm like 12 hours in on this playthrough, and I don't get it. And I don't hate the game by any means, but I don't see it as one of the greatest video games I've ever played. And people are like, well, you gotta beat it. You gotta play more of it. When does the fun start though? I'm constantly just following people around or doing fetch quests. Like, I don't get it. Feel like if people said it was a really good game opposed to one of the greatest games of all time, I wouldn't have as hard of a time to play it, but it's just like, I'm expecting so much and it's not coming. Anyway, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and welcome to my Week 2 NFL predictions. I am coming into Week 2 with a staggering record of 12-4, so I'm going to do my absolute best to back that up. But before we start, we've got our plugs as always, so don't forget to use code WyattzWorld on G Fuel or Prize Picks, where you can save yourself a discount on any G Fuel products or match up to $100 of your first deposit. However, now I'm done yapping. Let's get into my Week 2 NFL predictions. All right, so starting off Week 2 with Thursday Night Football, we've got the Vikings going into Philadelphia. Shit. Eagles win 30-13. I'm not trying to be funny when I say this. I actually fear for Kirk Cousins' health with that D-line coming at him. Also, this is everything Kirk Cousins is not comfortable with. It's loud, it's disruptive, it's away, it's on prime time. Well, I think it's still on prime time. Maybe it's an Amazon exclusive. I don't know. Either way, I expect this to be one of those games where Kirk Cousins goes out there, does terrible, gets ridiculed for a week, and then bounces back with like a 400-yard passing game. Philly will dominate this game on literally every aspect. All right, now we're moving on to Sunday afternoon, where there is a handful of pretty difficult games, and one of them happens to be Green Bay going into Atlanta. This, I don't know, man. This could really go either way, but honestly, I think I'm inclined to pick Green Bay. I do expect Love to have a little bit more of a difficult game with Jesse Bates lingering in the secondary. However, Jordan Love isn't scared to throw the ball. Desmond Ridder is. I think Desmond Ridder might have under 100 passing yards this game, not kidding. Now, two things are going good for Atlanta. One of them, it's at home, and they play well at home. And for two, I don't think Aaron Jones is trending to play, or if he is, I don't think it'll be at 100% because it's a hamstring injury. So it will be a competitive game. I can't pick Atlanta. I'm gonna go with the Packers 17-14. Moving on to the next game, we got Vegas at Buffalo. Jesus Christ. Look, maybe this is biased, I don't know, but I believe we will bounce back. Come on, everyone knows Josh Allen's not a bad quarterback. Stop. It's at home, the crowd's gonna help. I really think this is the game where the wheels touch the road. However, I respect Vegas after their Week 1 performance, and I absolutely do not take them lightly. But again, if this is the Bills I know, they're pissed off, they're angry, and usually it doesn't fare too well for the team who plays Buffalo after a loss. I got an angry win from the boys, 27-16. Go Bills, baby. All right, moving on, we got one of the harder picks of the week for me. It is Baltimore going into Cincinnati. I think this is going to come back to bite me, but I'm going to take Baltimore to narrowly win 23-21. I can't see Cincinnati flopping again, okay? I don't think they're going to repeat what they did last week, but I think Baltimore's got the defense to win the game, and I think they're going to do it. Now, in terms of their quarterbacks, both are still working out some kinks. I actually expect this game to be a little bit sloppy, but much like I just said about Josh Allen, we know Joe Burrow is not the guy we saw last week, and if he ends up bouncing back and beating Baltimore, I won't be that shocked. After that, we got Seattle at Detroit. Lions win 28-24. Should be a fun game. I remember the last year's meeting between these two was electric. In Seattle, I want you to know that I might have picked you last time, but after last week's performance, you have betrayed my trust. It would seem that despite your exhaustive defensive strategies, you still got a bit of a security problem. Yep, I just quoted Harry Potter. Therefore, this wasn't a difficult decision. The Detroit offense is gonna get past you, and for the first time in how long, the Lions are gonna start off 2-0. That'll bring us to the next game. It is Indianapolis at Houston, and this is another toughie. Both teams impressed me to a certain degree last week. The aggressiveness with Houston, although Lamar kind of assisted him with that, and then the offense over in Indy, they lit it up much more than I ever expected them to. This is another pick that I'm not certain on, and if I'm wrong, I won't be shocked at all, but I'm actually going to go with Indianapolis to pull this off. Houston's offense, man, it kind of scared me off. They have yet to score a touchdown, and AR after 1 week, we know that guy can turn nothing into something. Go 2010 Colts. Moving on, we got my what I think will be game of the week, Kansas City at Jacksonville. I hate saying this, it pains me so much, and I think that this is not at all going to affect Trevor's MVP campaign. But KC wins dramatically, 36-33. Chris Jones is back. I think Kelsey's gonna play, or he's gonna try to play. And I just think that the Chiefs are a lot like the Bills, that, you know, they get embarrassed once, it's not gonna happen again. Or at least not back-to-back games. It's pretty unusual. I really hope I'm wrong, but like I said, I think the Chiefs are really angry. However, the question remains, do they have fists? Moving on, we got the Bears at Tampa Bay, and I think this is the Buccaneers' easy money, 23-14. Bears offense just doesn't look that good, and it's because Fields still doesn't look that good. And I'm not sure how long we're going to be able to ride the wagon on him turning into something, but I still have hope. However, especially going back and watching highlights, man, he was pretty damn inaccurate once again. Now, looking at Tampa Bay, shockingly, I have good things to say about them, because even under Todd Bowles, even in Minnesota, which is a very hard place to win, they looked like a decent football team. Now they're at home with this Bears dysfunctionality coming in there. Like, it's just all the more reason I'm gonna pick them. Next game we got is the Chargers at the Titans, and this should be another easy one, but I don't want to say that too loudly. I'll go with the Chargers 33-24. They will give up points because, well, Brandon Staley is their coach, but this is a game they should be able to lead the entire time, even with that obtuse window-licking idiot running their defense. I do want to make one call, though, for the Titans this game. D-Hop is gonna go fucking ballistic. I'm talking 10 plus receptions, 175 yards maybe, and 2 touchdowns. He's gonna eat them alive. If Tannehill can, well, get the ball to him. Up next, we got the Giants at the Cardinals. And guys, listen up. I'm talking to New York. Arizona, fuck off. I understand you just had a blowout loss. You just had a humiliating loss. 40-0 primetime television. A game people will laugh about for years to come. But you want to know something that would be even more embarrassing than that? If you lost to the fucking Cardinals! Jesus fucking Christ! Finally come around and you do this dumb shit, you better win this game 21-10 minimum. Next game we got is the 49ers at the Rams. I got the 49ers 30-17. Look, as good as Los Angeles looked last week, the Niners looked so much better. That's all I got, and quite frankly, that's all I need. Next. So that'll bring us to the Jets at Dallas. I'm taking Dallas, but I don't think it's gonna be easy, or at least it shouldn't be. This is a really, really good defense going against the Cowboys. Look, New York has a bad O-line issue. I think Zach Wilson's going to be in deep trouble. And as of now, they technically still have a quarterback issue with Zach Wilson, because I don't think they really want this right now. However, like I just mentioned about their defense, dude, they could win a game with me as their quarterback. I will never ever count the Jets out as long as they have this defense. However, I'm gonna go with Dallas, the team that is more complete, the team that just blew out a team 40-0. But I think it will be a much different kind of score, only being 14-7. And that brings us to the Commanders at the Broncos. This is my 1-point game of the week. I got the Broncos winning 17-16. I think Howell struggles against the secondary, and I think Russ attacks. I don't know if Jerry will be there. He would help greatly. But the Commanders nearly just lost to Arizona. Like, I think Peyton can take them. And if he can't, I'll order my clown wig early. All right, moving on to Sunday Night Football. It is Miami going into New England, and this is my flaming hot upset. I am picking the Patriots to win. We'll go 26-24 for the final. We saw what happened to Philly, and Miami isn't Philly. I think Mac plays well, and I think this is going to be a career-opening game for Christian Gonzalez. I don't know how to explain it. This just feels like the most untrappy trap game of all time. Like, it's not a trap game, but it is, but it isn't. Now moving on, we have 2 Monday games, I guess. First one is New Orleans at Carolina. This game I got New Orleans winning 21-13. Again, this is kind of like the Rams 49ers debacle. As good as you want to think the Panthers are, which they're not, New Orleans is just a better team on every single fucking aspect. And yeah, I could do the broken record thing about how New Orleans has no chemistry on their offense, but I've already said that 3,000 times. I don't expect them to do anything till about week 8. Not saying they're going to start off 0-7, but this isn't a game they're going to win. And finally, we have got the actual primetime Monday game. It is Cleveland at Pittsburgh. There's 2 picks, by the way. I got mine, and then my dad wanted to send me one, so we're gonna see his thoughts too, but I'll go first. I got Cleveland winning 23-20 in a barn burner. I like the Steelers, but I'm all in on the Browns, and I'll never write them off, and I honestly think Pickett might be dealing with something very similar to what he dealt with last week playing San Francisco. However, maybe this is coming from my dad saying it my whole life, but I will never write off Mike Tomlin. He is the coach to go out there and get worked over and then come back the next week with the same roster and beat your ass. But of course, I got Cleveland. Now let's see what my dad says.
Hey all you WyattzWorld junkies, it's Wyatt's dad back for the pick of the week. Wyatt's giving me the Cleveland-Pittsburgh game. Cleveland, you played really well in taking the Bengals to task. Nice job. You have to remember, Cincinnati is not that good. Pittsburgh, you bombed against the 49ers. Disappointing, but Mike Tomlin will get you back in shape. So, Monday night, Cleveland's at Pittsburgh. Look for Mike Tomlin to get the Steelers offense running, Najee Harris going, and Pittsburgh outfield goals Cleveland by a score of 19-16. Take it to the bank.
Well, it turns out my dad needs to go to a nursing home a lot sooner than I figured because that man has lost his mind. Just kidding, Dad, I love you. Anyway, guys, that is where I'm going to end the video for the day. You already know what to do to show support. If you liked it, comment, like, subscribe, turn that bell on. I try to post every single day. However, with everything I said, I'm going to get this edited so you guys can watch it on time. Enjoy the rest of your week, and as always, I will see you in the next upload.